Anubis worked for Anubis Immortal Inc. His job was important. He was the judge of souls. He weighed hearts against a feather. This decided where souls would go. It was a serious task. He took it very seriously indeed. He was a calm god, robed in shadows. His office was quiet, filled with the scent of ancient papyrus and something like dust, but older. He was known for his dedication. He always followed the rules, every single one. There were many rules in the underworld. He worked late. Most nights he was the last one there. The corridors of Anubis Immortal Inc. would grow silent. Only the soft scratch of his pen could be heard, or the gentle click of his scales. He drank black coffee, always black, no sugar, no cream, just the strong, bitter taste. It kept him focused, it kept him awake. The souls never stopped coming, and each one deserved his full attention. His focus was a deep well, unwavering. His days and nights were a pattern, a routine. He found comfort in this routine, the predictable nature of his tasks, the clear lines between right and wrong, between a heavy heart and a light one. He was not a god of grand pronouncements or loud declarations. He was a god of quiet precision. His jackal head would tilt. His golden eyes would assess. He saw much. He spoke little. His words were measured, like the souls he judged. His office was neat. Everything had its place. Scrolls were stacked perfectly. Pens were aligned. The scales gleamed faintly in the low light. This order reflected his mind, calm, methodical, dedicated. He was a pillar of stability in a realm that dealt with the ultimate change, death. He was the still point in the turning world of spirits. He was Anubis, and he did his job, always. He was the embodiment of solemn duty. Then there was Fenrir. Fenrir was different. He was the son of Loki, and like his father, he carried chaos in his blood. He was a wolf, a giant wolf. His fur was the color of a storm cloud. His eyes burned with an inner fire. He worked in a different part of the company, the Doomsday Division. His job was, eventually, to help end the world. He was the essence of wild, untamed energy. He was power made manifest. Fenrir was not quiet. Fenrir was a howl in the silence. He was the thunder before the storm. He brought an untamed energy, a thrilling, dangerous excitement. He was not one for rules or routines. He was impulse. He was strength. He was the breaking of chains. He was the promise of an ending, a very big, very loud ending. He was in many ways a bad boy, the kind mothers warned their divine daughters about. His presence was a jolt, a disruption. He was immensely strong. His muscles rippled beneath his dark fur. His teeth were like daggers. He was the raw power of nature, unbound, unpredictable. When he moved, the very foundations of the underworld seemed to tremble a little. He was excitement personified, a whirlwind of fur and fury and a strange, compelling charm. He was not like the other gods or entities. He was a force of nature, a primal scream. He was a creature of myth and legend. His laughter when it came was deep and rumbling, like distant thunder or the shifting of mountains. He was not serious like Anubis. He was a spark, a wildfire. He was the thrill of the unknown. The Doomsday Department was never dull with Fenrir around. He was the embodiment of the untamed. He was destined for great, terrible things, and he carried that destiny with a kind of reckless grace. He was Fenrir, and he was coming. Anubis preferred order. Fenrir was the essence of chaos. They were night and day, still water and a raging storm. It did not seem like they would mix, not at all. Anubis would be in his quiet office, weighing souls, drinking his black coffee, and then Fenrir might pass by, a gust of wind, a scent of pine and wild earth, a low growl that was almost a laugh. Anubis would look up, his calm eyes meeting Fenrir's burning gaze, a moment, a pause in the eternal work. They were so very different. Anubis, the calm judge, Fenrir, the harbinger of destruction. Yet something drew them together. Perhaps it was that very difference. Anubis, in his quiet, orderly world, felt a flicker of something, a curiosity. Fenrir was so alive, so untamed. It was a stark contrast to the endless procession of the dead. Anubis saw freedom in Fenrir, a wildness he himself did not possess. He watched Fenrir, more than he would admit. He was intrigued by this vibrant chaos. Fenrir, for all his wildness, felt something too. Anubis was so calm, so still. It was a strange comfort. In a life destined for chaos and destruction, Anubis was an anchor, a quiet pool. Fenrir was used to beings flinching from him, or trying to bind him. Anubis just looked, assessed, without fear, without judgment of his nature. Fenrir found this stillness appealing. It was a peace he rarely encountered. He was drawn to the quiet strength. So, they were opposites, the judge and the destroyer. One followed rules, the other broke them. But opposites can attract. It is an old story. Anubis longed perhaps for a little of Fenrir's fire, for a break in the endless routine. Fenrir longed perhaps for a little of Anubis's peace, for a moment of stillness in his raging heart. They saw in each other something they lacked, something they unknowingly craved, a missing piece, a different song. Anubis's calmness was a balm to Fenrir's wild spirit. When Fenrir felt the rage build, the urge to shatter and destroy, Anubis's quiet presence could soothe him. It was not about control. It was about understanding. Anubis saw the wolf, but he also saw the soul beneath the fury. He did not try to change Fenrir. He simply accepted him. And for Fenrir, that acceptance was a rare gift, a quiet harbor in a life of storms. He felt seen, truly seen, and Fenrir brought adventure to Anubis's life, a life of ledgers and souls and quiet contemplation. Fenrir showed him the world beyond the scales. He brought laughter, he brought spontaneity, he brought a touch of beautiful, thrilling chaos. Anubis found himself smiling more. He found himself looking forward to those disruptions. Fenrir's energy was infectious. It was a reminder that even in the realm of the dead, life, in its most vibrant form, could find a way. He learned there was joy in the unexpected. It might seem strange to others. The god who judged the dead, finding love with the wolf destined to bring about the end of worlds, a judge and an apocalypse. How could that work? Their roles were so grand, so final. One represented the past, the weighing of deeds done. The other represented the future, the ultimate transformation. But perhaps it was because of this, because they understood the weight of destiny. They understood finality and found solace in each other. And so they found love, a true and deep connection. In the grand, echoing halls of the underworld, amidst the whispers of souls and the premonitions of Ragnarok, Anubis, the calm, Fenrir, the storm, they found their balance, their comfort, their own unique song. Their love was a quiet rebellion against fate, a testament that even in the shadows, even between the most unlikely of beings, love could bloom, strong and true, a comfort against the inevitable end.